Hi, hope you're all well. I do get asked quite a lot if I read tarot for myself. I do, not as often as I probably used to do, but I have been asking about a situation, and I kind of probably want some reassurance really to kind of stop the nagging questions about how it's going to pan out and if it's going to be good for me. So the first card is the situation, and I've got the Six of Wands. Now this is a really good card for celebrating, but it's other people celebrating you. As you can see in the background, everyone's clapping her, and it's also giving yourself a pat on the back, you know, be proud of yourself. And obviously in this picture she's giving flowers to people as well, but yeah, it's just about celebration, so that's really nice, that's really positive. And then crossing it is the Seven of Swords. So this card, I mean, swords get, I think the sword suits get quite a bad rap, and in this picture you don't quite know what's going on. Like, she's got all these swords in her hand and she's got her cloak over her head, so she could be bringing all the swords back, she could be helping, or she could be sneaking away or moving away. You're not quite sure what's happening, so I suppose it's saying don't judge the situation. So for me, these two particularly are kind of saying, yeah, you're being celebrated and it's positive and celebrate yourself, but try not to, I think, read into it too much. That's how I'm viewing it, because things are not always what they seem, which equally means that just because you might have a bit of a doubt in your mind doesn't mean that that is how the situation is. And then at the base of the situation, which is this card, is the Six of Pentacles. Now the Six of Pentacles is another nice card. I shouldn't say that really, because all the cards are good. You know, they have the shadow and the light, and this one is, because it's Pentacles, it's about the practical side of things, the everyday, your job, you know, your everyday life. And in this picture she is giving to people, so you can see she's giving money, she's giving the old crone a like a box of fruit and vegetables and sausages, so she's been really generous. This card can also mean that money's coming to you as well, but it is also about when you give to people you receive, so it's that balance again. And interestingly, when I look at cards, I do look at the numerology as well, look at the numerology numbers. Now this one is the past. Now again, it's this witch in this picture is surrounded by swords. It's the Eight of Swords, but if you can look closely at the picture, she's yeah, her hands are bound, but she can get out. You know, there's space amongst the sword. She feels like she's trapped, or she may feel, so I may have felt like I was trapped, and it's not to say that that wasn't real, but that's how I felt. That was how I thought, my thinking, my thoughts, which is what the swords are about, amongst other things. But if you look, her hands are bound, but they're loose. If you can see there's not a knot. She can break free. She's not actually trapped. There's space to get out of these swords, so she is free and she can break free, which I think is really, really interesting. And then this card is kind of what's happening now, what's overlooking the situation. And this is the Ace of Cups. So aces are always beginnings, and cups are always emotions, feelings, intuition, psychic abilities. And in this picture her cup is really overflowing. I do sometimes think that this picture is quite kind of a bit of a sexual element to it as well, but her cup is overflowing. She's just full of, you know, abundance, love, happiness, joy. You know, it's the beginnings as well, because aces is number one, so it's the beginning of something. It's the beginning of a new emotional situation and feeling really fulfilled in that situation, which is brilliant. Oh, sorry, the cards are sticking to me. And then this card, which is positioned here, is like the near future, because obviously people do want to know about the future, but it can be a bit hard to put a time on it. So it's like the near future, you know, what's kind of coming. And we've got the devil. Now, when I used to talk about tarot to people, they'd be like, oh my god, you know, what if I get the death card or the devil? And all of the cards are not, as I've said, have like a shadow and a light. So the devil is temptation. So in this picture, he's got a bag of money and he's got an ice cream. I don't know why he's got an ice cream. And he's sat in between the two people. And often the lovers has symbolically been linked to the devil, because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite, it's very, very similar. In the lovers, you've got an angel. Obviously, in the devil, you've got a devil. It's always two people. Sorry, that's my dog just jumping in. And it's, again, it can be feeling tied to something. It can be temptation, but it is linked to the lovers in the fact that it's two people together, that we're not always tied to something. Like, you know, obviously you can break free. He's got his arms around them, but that, you know, they can walk away. They're not tied to the situation. So sorry, there we go. She's completely messed everything up. Yeah, so it's not a bad card. And then for me, I've got the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Swords is this one. Again, it can often be quite a challenging picture. So on this card, you've got a heart and you've got three swords in it. So the swords, as I've said before, are communication, ideas, a thought process, and there's a journal. And obviously it looks quite dark and rainy outside. So this card, it can mean heartbreak. It can mean, you know, if you got this in a different question, then, you know, it can mean upset. But it's also kind of suggesting to you that about giving yourself time to heal, about processing the thoughts, the emotions. Like obviously in this picture we've got a journal, so if you want to journal out the thoughts and emotions, I'm doing it, I suppose, in a way with this tarot reading, then it's all about perception with this card. So yeah, it's difficult, but you can process through it, you can work through it, you can work through the emotions, and which is, for me, this is good, because it's all healing, which is it's good. It's not easy, but it's good. So that I'm happy with that card. Then we've got what other people think. Oh, sorry, I'll just go back to this one. So this is, it's you in the situation, but it's also your power in the situation. Sorry, the dog keeps jumping in, doesn't she? Now the next one is the Five of Swords. So this is what other people think. So this can be what other people think about my situation. It can be family, it can be anybody. And fives tend to be about conflict generally. And if you can see in this, there's like a few swords coming out, and you know that the wind's blowing and one of the witches is crying, and it just kind of looks a bit but this card is about, it's about other people almost thinking that they've won a battle. So for example, if there has been conflict with this card, it's nobody really wins. You know, some people may think that they've won, but in reality nobody has won anything. So maybe other people don't agree with what I'm doing. Maybe they maybe, I don't know, they kind of think they have won over. I don't know, but basically it's about moving from this situation. It's about moving through it, which is interesting. I've gone from the 3 to the 5 as well. And basically you can you can heal the situation, you can step back and kind of, suppose, to kind of take a breath, and also just let other people think what they want to think, I suppose, as well. You know, that's fine. And then this position, I'll try and put them back now the dog's moved, is it's hopes and fears. So, you know, what you're hoping for versus your fears. Now the Six of Cups, again, it's more of a unity card, is this one, and it's about thinking. It can be about thinking about the past, it can be thinking about fond memories, it can be like inner child work, it can be, you know, kind of working through things. But it's nice, it's a nice card, it's a nice energy, it's cups, it's your intuition, it's your emotions. So if I was to read all these three, it would be journaling, working through things, possibly not caring what other people think, and also kind of stepping back, and trying to like release control, because in this picture it does look like the swords are literally flying out of nowhere. No one's actually sending the swords to anybody. It's almost like they're just randomly flying around. And then we've got the cats in the picture. I mean, they look quite relaxed, don't they, as well? So it's, yeah, stand back and take a breath. And then with this one, this is interesting. We've got lotus flowers as well. But yeah, it's a lovely card. We've got all the blossoms. We've got like an older witch giving some flowers to a younger witch. So yeah, it can be with children, but it's generally fond memories from the past. It can be people coming back into your life from the past as well. And then I always do 2 cards for the outcome. So this last card is the outcome, and I've got the lovers, and then I tend to kind of add like a bit of a bonus card. Sorry, it's the wrong other way around. So I've got the 10 of Cups and the lovers. Now this is fantastic, and when I've asked about this question, the 10 of Cups has kept coming out. So the 10 of Cups is feeling really fulfilled. If you can see in the picture, there's a man and a woman, they have 2 children, the cat's relaxed, they've got all these cups, they've got all this beautiful food, and it's about happiness and joy, fulfillment, whatever that is for you, however that comes, but just feeling really secure, in touch with your feelings, and really happy. Now with the lovers, obviously if I was asking about love, then I'd say, wow, this is brilliant, and maybe that's what's going to come out of this, who knows, because I've got the Ace of Cups as well. So we've kind of gone from the beginning to the end, and this is the end card, about feeling really emotionally fulfilled. So obviously I like this spread because it tells you a story and a journey. And the lovers, obviously it's about partnerships, it is about love, but it's all different kinds of love, friendship, working together, working in harmony with people, you know, finding love. But it's very, very much a balanced relationship, a balanced situation. If you can see, they've both got hands together, the 2 cats are intertwined, oh bless, they've got like a little heart with the tails. So it's balance, which is lovely. So yeah, this is I think this is a really lovely reading. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you liked, I realise obviously it's about my situation, but I hope you enjoyed listening to me just talk about the cards and looking at the, you know, how you can view some of the more challenging cards, you could say, that they're not always, they are challenging, but there's also there's 2 sides to them. Every card has 2 sides. We all have 2 sides. So yeah, and I'm going to be running a tarot circle. Let's go back and you'll see it's a bit of a mess now, where we'll be kind of exploring these themes. So yeah, if you'd like to know more, then just send me a message. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I probably will pull another card, just a general message for everybody. So have a lovely Friday.